Hello everyone, this is vlog number 2. I'm Andrew Wells, and if you'd watched my first vlog you'll know that I injured my knee, but just to recap that a little bit, I fell off a rock and I injured my knee. This was last Saturday, it's now Friday, and today I found out at the Sheffield Climbing Clinic what has actually happened to it. So I went to the Sheffield Climbing Clinic this morning and saw James, who is the really great physiotherapist there, and he did an ultrasound and did a little bit of a mobility tests on my knee, and I have got a grade 2 MCL tear. So I've torn my ligament, the medial collateral ligament in my right knee. There doesn't appear to be any other damage in terms of the meniscus, the cartilage, the LCL, the ACL that connects the sort of the middle of the knee, goes sort of between the joint, appears to be a bit loose, a bit lax, but that's also true on my left knee. So whether that is anything yet, we don't know. But I've certainly damaged my MCL. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what that means. The grade 2 tear can be 20 to 80% of a tear, which is a very broad area, but suffice to say that it's sufficiently torn that it will need a good few weeks to months of rehab. I won't be climbing for the next few weeks, up to about a month after the injury. After that, I'll be able to do some light climbing. It's estimated that probably will be about 12 weeks of rehabilitation before it's fully ready to go again in terms of taking bigger falls and that kind of stuff confidently. It is quite painful at the moment. It's still relatively swollen. There isn't really any surgery that can be done in terms of the MCL, so that's positive. Essentially no surgery in terms of that big major injury. It's a relatively serious injury, but it can be fixed, so that's good. The ACL seems, if it minorly impinged, it doesn't seem to be a big problem at all. If it does turn out to be a problem, that will require surgery, but we're not in any rush to do that. And James at the clinic said that he would be surprised if I did need surgery. So all in all, a really good and positive outcome of all the possible outcomes that could have happened, as a very serious ACL damage or a full snap of the MCL, something like that. This is actually not too bad. Obviously, it's frustrating to have gone through this, but it's not too bad, and I am able to rehabilitate it. So physically speaking, I can walk relatively stably. I've got a crutch for going outside, but inside my my flat now, I'm able to wander around. I'm going to be doing lots of mobility exercises on it. I'm going to be doing strengthening exercises in terms of my legs, and I'm still going to be training my upper body. So it's not like I'll be getting any weaker or losing any strength during that time. Obviously, technically speaking, I'll probably drop a bit, but that can come back. And then in terms of the future, I'm going to be doing a lot more work for prehab. So essentially preventing injury from happening in future by doing mobility work and strengthening work on both my legs in terms of the joints, to make sure that if this happens again, it's a lessened injury. And having mobile joints does prevent this kind of injury. Having stronger joints does prevent this kind of injury. So that'll be something that I'm going to look into more. Psychologically speaking, it's a big it's a big improvement from earlier in the week. I was much more worried. Now I'm less worried, but obviously these things can go either way. It is a serious injury. It needs to be treated as a serious injury, and it needs to be rehabilitated properly. And I need to really consider how I do that and dedicate myself to it. In terms of how this will impact my day-to-day life, I think relatively quickly I'll be able to get back to day-to-day life without much trouble. So all in all, a short update, but a good update in terms of going to the climbing clinic this morning. If anyone does have any injuries that relate to climbing, I do obviously know that some people who climb, they get injured quite often. I really do recommend James. He was really good at the climbing clinic. But yes, this is a good positive update, and I will do another video updates soon, talking about the training that I'm doing, the rehabilitation that I'm doing. So yes, anyway, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.